Now for the so-called City Beautiful and home to the Madden Studios. This is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League from Orlando, Florida. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Condors of Orlando. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Giant defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Now Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. A hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Here's Howell. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Powell. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Powell throwing on 3rd down here. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Powell throwing on 1st down here. And it's caught. Touchdown. Kenny Galladay. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Condors use the only turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing, Jones. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Jump right, Patino. Jump right, Patino.
Hodgins in motion. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. When you look at this defense, they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Now Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Al now to throw it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Off play action. It's Howell. They'll roll him out right. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down.
Ready?
Howell, he'll look to throw it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. It's Howell with another throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Little bootleg here. Howell. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Condors have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Uses the spin. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
I would say that's what you call a whole lot for a little, huh?
When you bust that move out of the bag, you hope for more than 4 yards, but hey, 4 is what he got. So here's a 3rd and 14. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ballgame. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
On first down, Howell. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Howell. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing here, Howell. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Howell. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they send a running back in motion right. Howell, 3rd and goal. And it's caught for a touchdown. Terry McLaurin from 3 yards out. And the Condors will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 1st down. Jones. He'll find Hodgins there complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Half jumbo, half jumbo.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Cover right, Pacino. Cover right, Pacino. Apple, 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 apple.
Jones now on 3rd down. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Hey, smash Bronco! Let's go!
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now Jones. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Howell from the gun. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Howell.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 15 and a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
2nd down and 8.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they're going to speed things up here.
Faking the handoff. Howell.
Sliding out of the pocket.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again. Jones, flush to his right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
4th down, Jones and the offense stay put. They're going for this.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's fielded at the 45. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Slings this deep for McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Howell going to audible to something else.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete, it's Dodson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Thomas brings it in. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. The handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Here's Howell. And it's caught. Touchdown. Josh Jacobs. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, and delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now Jones out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Cockroach, cockroach. Hustler, hustler, hustler.
Back to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 22 yards.
They'll look to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here's Jamie Gillen down as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
That one downfield for Dotson. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
They'll take over the first and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Go Gunner! Go Gunner! Go Gunner!
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Now Howell. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 46, here's second down and a yard. And once more, Howell back to the air. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He got 29 yards that time.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This is caught, and they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Sly on for the extra point. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Okay, here we go.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Why shift to crude? Why shift to...
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Now inside the 25. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Bullet good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hans team able to secure the football. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future.
And now the rookie's free. He's to the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jalen Hyatt, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And Well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And not much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. He's got his man. It's Hyatt. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's 1st down. Rita. Jones. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.